Congratulations on your recent acceptance to URI. If you have received your financial aid offer letter and have questions, this is the video for you. The financial aid offered to a student is for the academic year and broken down by terms, so students starting mid-year would only see aid for one semester, as financial aid would not be estimated for a term where the student is not matriculated. This financial aid offer assumes a student will attend all of their classes for the entire semester. If a student withdraws, drops, or otherwise ceases participation in all classes before the scheduled end of the semester, the financial aid offer may be recalculated and reduced. The student will be responsible for any balance owed to URI. We suggest consulting with a financial aid counselor if a student needs to stop attending classes before the end of the semester. All first-year students are projected to be full-time. The aid offered is according to a full-time course load. If you are selected for verification, you are required to submit additional documentation. If you are not selected for verification, the student does not need to submit further documentation for the institution to verify. Some scholarships may change with a change in a student's residency. All aid covered in this letter is generated in accordance with the student's information at the time and is subject to change with any changes to the student's information. Federal student loans offered to a first-year student shall be in the maximum of $5,500. Federal work study does not come off the student's term bill. Instead, is paid to the student through biweekly paychecks after securing an on-campus work-study job, according to the hours worked, and is determined by financial need. On this first page, students will see all financial aid offered to them. This includes federal loans, scholarships, and/or grants. On this second page of the offer letter is an estimate of costs billed by the university. This is tuition, fees, housing, and meals. Beneath that, students will find an estimated net cost or estimated remaining balance given two scenarios: if a student is only relying on scholarships and grants, and if a student is also planning on accepting their federal loans. Also listed on this page are additional expenses the student may incur that the student will not be billed by the university. Let's talk about how to interpret this information. If you want to see a rough estimate of how much of an out-of-pocket expense you will have for the first semester and are not interested in federal loans, take the estimated charges billed by URI and subtract the scholarships and grants. Once the student's bill is available in their e-bill portal, you will see these estimates change to actual charges according to the meal plan and residence hall the student chooses, as well as other fees associated with their specific enrollment, for example, course fees. If you want to see a rough estimate of how much of an out-of-pocket expense you will have for the first semester and are interested in federal loans, take the estimated charges billed by URI and subtract the scholarships and grants, as well as the total loan amounts per semester. The student must accept the federal loans in their eCampus portal and then complete a master promissory note as well as entrance counseling, which is detailed in the second page of the letter. Keep in mind, these examples are per semester. Your yearly net costs will be twice the semesterly amounts. Some details that are important to note. If you have been awarded a federal unsubsidized direct loan, this fixed interest rate, deferred payment federal student loan begins accruing interest immediately after disbursement. A signed master promissory note and entrance counseling must be completed prior to disbursement. This is done on studentaid.gov. If you have been awarded a federal subsidized direct loan, this fixed interest rate, deferred payment federal student loan is interest-free while enrolled at least half-time and during the 6-month grace period following degree completion. A signed master promissory note and entrance counseling must be completed prior to disbursement. However, if offered both types of loans, only one master promissory note and entrance counseling is required. If you have been awarded a merit scholarship, please refer to your admissions acceptance letter for details on maintaining eligibility for this award. Some requirements are full-time enrollment, continuous enrollment, and a minimum GPA of 2.8. Please remember, if you have a residency change, that will affect the merit amount eligibility. There are additional resources available to students and families to help finance their education at the University of Rhode Island, as shown on this last page. Please take the time to review these resources and reach out to us if you have any questions.